Morning, Arjun. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good too, thanks. Well, could you please tell us about yourself?
Sure. Myself, Arjun Radhakrishnan. I'm a Master of Engineering student, specializing in management at University of Wollongong in New South Wales, Australia. I have an electrical and instrumentation background and have 3 years of working experience as well. The most relevant of those work experience was that of the site engineer role that I took at Alsa Engineering and Construction Company LLC in Abu Dhabi, a major player in the private oil and gas construction sector. The job demanded myself to be both technically and management-wise sound. It helped me demonstrate a lot of skills that I've learned during the undergraduate degree, and also helped me develop a lot of skills, both in technical as well as management skills. Sorry. In addition to all those crucial technical skills I've learned for automation and field instrumentation, it was also a platform for me to develop transferable skills such as communication, especially with clients during conferences and discussions, and also how to be a good team member and a team leader while taking the role of the mentor and the supervisor of a workforce of around 50, etc., etc. I feel the attributes that I've developed throughout my career would be an ideal fit for the role of graduate trainee engineer at GHD, and I'm looking forward to be part of an exciting enterprise. Thank you.
Thank you, Arjun, for your response. Now, could you just give us an example of a time when you saw the opportunity to make a process or a situation better or more efficient? What did you do and what was the outcome?
Sure. Thank you for the question. During my tenure as graduate trainee engineer at Apollo Tyres, a leading tire manufacturing company in India, I was also able to be part of certain projects that were not necessarily instrumentation related. One of those projects was the behavior-based questionnaire conducted by the HR department to conduct a survey on employees working in difficult environment, so that the top management could bring in a employee welfare program for their betterment. The survey, in fact, during its initial stages had its negativities. During the first review meeting, it was noted that the sample that was recorded wasn't as that good, or doesn't really qualify to be analyzed. I suggested a modification in that. I told the HR manager if we could tell the employees that we are approaching them with this investigation, so that to get an output and give them something in return, they might comply. Initially, the HR manager and his team wasn't really supportive, but they still decided to give it a go. From the next day onwards, I started to inform the employees that this was the purpose of our investigation, the questions. It's up to them to comply or not. Much to my surprise and others' surprise as well, they complied and gave us proper answers, which later during the next review was noted that those were perfect to be analyzed and could be used to make a finding. The project went on for another month, and in the end, I was chosen as the representative among the graduate trainees to present a presentation in front of top management. That was very well appreciated by the top management, because it was on par and in the same direction of the focus even the top management was giving. The learning that I have had with this particular experience was that we should not be judgmental or prejudiced about the people, especially those people working in a difficult environment. And at the same time, honesty is very, very important in a workplace. Since I have been honest with the people that I was working with, the results came automatically. So if we are showing that quality, the results are definitely going to be generated. Thank you.
Thank you, Arjun, for your response. As you know, this job requires you to be highly organized and manage a large workload independently. So could you tell us about a time when you needed to manage your own time whilst meeting a tight deadline?
Sure. while I was working as a site engineer of ALSA Engineering Company, there were various projects of varying magnitudes that I was part of. One of the projects that I was part of was a pilot project to a major upcoming project. So in that particular project, it was demanded of me to construct a camp by supervising a group of around 50 and to deliver the project in around a month. At the same time, my manager asked me to create a vendors list so that could be used for his procurement purposes of the upcoming project, major project. Both these projects had to be given equal priority because it was set as the benchmark for the next big project to begin. So the onus was upon me. In fact, I decided to give a little extra effort on the construction job so that the individual job could be done parallelly. What I did was that I did some homework for the next day's work, such that I planned and scheduled the work and allocated the workforce. At the same time, I arranged all the assets and materials be ready at workplace in time. I also assigned 2 supervisors to oversee the work at the construction site. And I went to the construction site and made sure the works were going smoothly so that I could spend some time later during for the individual task assigned to me as well. So later on, this work went on so smoothly that I could give more time for my individual assignment. So the result was that I could finish the individual assignment in less than 2 weeks, and the manager was happy for the product or the deliverable that I've provided him. And the construction work, it got finished in a month and 5 days due to technical reasons. And the top management was happy as well because they could now launch the big projects in the best possible way. I've learned a lot from this experience, especially regarding time management. I learned that if we put in a little effort to give some more little time to plan and schedule for a work, it would be easier to manage time in the longer duration. And that was one of the biggest experience that I've had during my entire career, and that changed my outlook towards construction and other works. Thank you.
Thank you, Arjun, for all your responses.
Thank you.
And finally, do you have any questions for us?
Sure. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to ask you back a question. In fact, I have 2, if you don't mind.
Sure.
The first being the fact that GHD is a global company which gives priority to environment and considers community as one of its stakeholders. So how would my job role as a graduate trainee engineer add value to that particular aspect in the company? And secondly, in the long run, would I be able to shift to one of the sustainable projects that the company would be undertaking? Like the GHD, the company is, what I've learned is giving very high relevance to sustainability by integrating it in various operational management systems. Would I be able to laterally shift from my department to a project which does sustainable projects?